Welcome back to Iron to Immortal, the series where I help you pass your respective ranks. If you're new, I recommend watching this introduction video I made that goes over some of Valorant's game concepts. If you're returning or more experienced, don't worry, here are some timestamps you can use to skip around. Agent selection is key in ranking up, so if you're looking to climb, beware of one simple factor in deciding your agent. Climbing deliberately requires you to make decisive plays like aggressive rotation and to not be tied down to your abilities. The agents I wouldn't recommend are as follows: Viper, Cypher, and Killjoy. Rotation is one of the most important, if not the most important factor in the game of Valorant. To fully visualize an opponent's reaction to something happening on the map means you've mastered rotation. The next time you or your team finds a pick, you can exploit the opening created by the rotation. On the other end, if you find yourself a man down, rotating is a question of info rather than the amount of teammates guarding the opposite site. The two questions or pieces of information required to make an accurate rotation are: 1, which agents were spotted during your teammate's duel. So in this scenario, we see Jett kill Yoru. What we're looking for is the amount of players we see and if there are any non-global smokers like Brem or initiators like Sova and Breach. If you spot these agents or 3 players, these are both good indications that they're trying to hit that side of the map and they warrant a rotate. And 2, the locations of your teammates that could be put out of position with a missing map control caused by you rotating. In this scenario, you lose control of Tree and Garden, but since Cypher's in Cam, he'd be prepared. For an example of someone out of position, we could place him sitting behind bricks. Communicating your rotation is best, but it's possible to judge their positioning to be good enough to not warrant a call out. Lastly, I'd like to mention rotation is extremely scenario based, but for the sake of providing examples, I have live matches in each respective rank. Map control and awareness boils down to the sections of map that are given to each team. The reason map control is important is because each round starts a 5v5, but with every engagement, this has a chance to change. Meaning the control each team has on parts of the map changes drastically, with maps being designed to exploit these exact situations. Being a man down on defense is significantly worse than on attack because of the missing portion of control. That's why you'll see higher elo teams probe for a chance to even the playing field. The goal of the attackers is to find any aggression from the defenders. This means fighting for control of the orbs and mid. The defenders, however, are given this map control as an extra layer to defend from. This means the attackers have to expend more utility contesting them for it. If it's still a 5v5 after attackers gain this map control, it leaves the defenders vulnerable due to them having nowhere to go, with the 5 players potentially exploding onto one site. If your team finds the opening pick, then the strategy changes, and the new goal should be to use your man advantage to find the weakness in the defender's setup caused by a rotation from the opening pick. Why you should trust me. Firstly, I come from Counter-Strike, which Valorant shares its tactical gameplay from. I've hit Radiant and Immortal on multiple accounts, and as a side note, these matches will not consist of me attempting to hold W and just out-aiming my opponents, but rather me explaining how I predict situations or why I throw certain utility. Now that I'm done explaining, let's hop into some games.
Match found.
I think I'm going for Jett today in our games. Alright, this time we're playing Bind. It looks like we're starting defense side, and I think I'll take this time to explain just how powerful Jett really is. Her most abusable use case is to use her dash. So that's exactly what I'll be doing. I'll be fighting long and then using my dash. So Jett and Reyna were both spotted, but it looks like they're trying to end A, so me and Cypher are gonna rotate and use that information we had on Reyna. Alright, so I'm looking mini right now, and I can see Raze just died.
Planted.
There was one that pushed CT, which is Jett. Right, now Jett's dead. Reyna was B short, so she should be A short now, or pushed U-Haul already. I'm gonna jump up on top of this box.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, so Reyna pushed U-Haul. Okay.
Scanning ahead.
Rana, do you want to drop me your Spectre? Thank you.
Need a drop.
Hey, Brem, can you smoke this right here?
Yes.
So round 3, I asked Brem to smoke showers so I can hold behind it. If you want to come in here, you can fight it with me. With this smoke, we have orb priority. Yeah, one's here.
Sit still.
So Sova makes a mistake here by using Aldrone, because as Jet, I can close the distance he and I are separated with, essentially catching Sova off guard because he's stuck in drone.
If he can hear.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
That's a lot of them. Jet, fly safe.
Playing wide long again, because when you play Jet, you can always dash back to safety. But since I don't see anyone, I decide to get my flank on. And I use the info of my Sova gets A to speed up my flank. After hearing the TP, I start walking it again because I'm not sure if it was a body or not. Was that a dead body that flew through?
Grounded.
One enemy
Headshot.
remaining.
There you are, you little shit.
I position myself to swing long again, but since Sova arrowed and they're showing presence towards B, I decide to hold off and play in an off angle. Just by using minimap and hearing Raze's nade, I know that 3 people are B. If you've watched previous videos, you know I like to look into walls to hear what direction people are moving. It seems like
See ya.
Spike down B.
Since Raze died alone with Spike out B, we now only have to hold one of 2 choke points, knowing that both of them were hookah previously in the round.
One enemy remaining.
You can just peek off my contact. Telling Cypher to peek off my contact secures the round because I'm in a wider angle than Cypher. Basically meaning, once I see Sova, we both should have an angle on him.
You? Outrun me?
Round 10, I start by heading A. I then hear a smoke and start running towards A, but I see Brim on B. So I know that Brim is most likely faking, and that allows me to go stack B.
Prepare for hellfire.
After Brimall, I smoke hookah so I can re-peek long or reposition.
Grounded.
The reason I showcase this clip isn't because of my mediocre 3K, but rather to highlight how minimap awareness put me in a position to stack the B site.
One enemy remaining. Attackers win.
Get out of my city.
Match found.
Go. Let's go.
Alright, pistol round Haven. I peer into A lobby. Since I don't see anything, I grab Orb as it's free, and we see Raze running up B on minimap. This Raze is... So Raze dead. So our Raze is currently pushing through A, and Omen is not seeing anything else B. So that tells me they're grouped somewhere, and it has to be C. Let's take a deeper look into why I'm assuming it's C. If we combine Raze's and Omen's POV, we effectively split the map in 2, leaving C as the only possibility for the enemies to go to. Is Omen speaking... Wait, no? Are they going back to A? When Raze dies, it removes the pinch and causes us to lose all map control on the A side of the map. Okay.
Someone's mid.
Spotted grass.
Someone is C.
One enemy remaining.
Someone's mid.
Do you have flash, Phoenix? Same concept as last game's dash, but with a reload animation instead of an owl drone.
Aw, thought you'd try harder.
Yo, Rage, we should bonus. So buy like a stinger or something so you can buy next round.
Keep up.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
So we lost the bonus, but going into the 4th round, we should all have enough to buy. I start the round by walking down short. Since I don't hear anything or see anything, I quickly shift away after throwing a smoke. Careful C. We saw Jet on minimap towards C long.
Get out
And
of
since
my way.
Omen's not seeing anything mid,
Raise garage.
it's most likely a C split.
Someone is C.
I end up fragging Jet and then tossing some spam towards garage. Reyna flashed and Sage slowed, so we know both Sage and Reyna are in C
Spike
site.
planted.
After finishing the reload, I decide I'm gonna jump up on this box. Cypher and I end up having a crossfire. I then dash to safety after seeing Reyna back sight, and then throw a smoke here to allow my teammates to get out of this chokehold. I swing back
enemy
sight
remaining.
and take care of Reyna, then I catch Omen trying to lurk out of the smoke. Raze, you can get the defuse. If we don't see anything A, you should immediately smoke off top B, Omen.
Let's go.
Round 5, I've caught on to Raze's tendencies and told Omen to smoke top B if I don't see anything A lobby.
Fire in the hole.
Raze instantly ults and goes into B. If that smoke came sooner, it may have helped our Raze save some of her HP. Planning B.
Spike planted.
Be faster.
One enemy remaining.
Phoenix. Grab the defuse.
Cheers.
Flawless.
We crushed them.
Same thing, Omen. If I don't see anything A long when I'm peering into A lobby, I'll tell you to smoke B again, okay? That Raze really likes to come into B, and that smoke will help. Yeah, nothing A, smoke it. Hopefully you guys are starting to see a trend with how I approach playing on Haven. Most of the rounds start with me peering into A lobby for the first 10 to 15 seconds. If nobody contests, that gives me enough time to build a picture of where the enemies are just from looking at the minimap. Yeah, here she comes. Good job. Before fully rotating, I decide to go back onto A because we don't need 3 people B. Sage has res. If you know where that is, Raze, can you rocket it whenever she reses? Yeah. If she walls, you can blast pack over it.
Enemy spotted mid.
Here comes the party!
No, wait for the res. Here you go.
You will not kill
With Sage
my
resing
son.
and Cypher collapsing on enemies mid, I rotate to help
Spike
clean
down
up if
mid.
anything went wrong.
One enemy remaining.
Spike's mid.
After fully clearing mid, I'm aware that there's most likely a flank happening.
Outrun me.
Same thing, Omen. Don't wait for me to call. Just look at your minimap, and if I don't see anything, then you release your smoke.
The hunt begins.
Blocking sight.
Going out.
What's this?
Jumped over my nose.
Spike spotted A.
Spike down A.
Jet heaven. Ray's coming up long. Default. Planning default.
Spike planted.
Jet's
Last
grounded.
player standing. One enemy remaining.
Satchel out.
Haha, nice. Good job. Raze, can you go A this round? I'll go B. I'm switching things up this round because I bought an op and because the enemies know I play A. You can do the same thing I was doing, just peek long, like safely, and then go back if you see something. Omen, smoke mid. I'm on top of the box, you don't have to worry about it. And garage. Close B. Okay, so with our B player dying, that opens up a lot of map for the enemy Reyna. But it's just the Reyna, and both of her teammates, I suspect, are stuck long. So in this scenario, my one responsibility is to make sure that my Cypher cannot get flanked. Raze has a flank.
Nightmare's over.
Reyna was B. Could be on A right now.
One enemy remaining.
I think she's C long, Raze.
Okay, done.
Reloading.
To explain why I think Sage is long boils down to 1, bomb not being planted, and 2, Omen never rotating out, even after Reyna found a pick. If Sage was mid or A, then Omen should not be making noise C long, but instead rotating out over to A. Alright, I'll take A again, because I've shown myself B. And then Omen, you can do the same thing again. Before the round starts, I'm always looking to see what ults the enemy is going to use against me. In this case scenario, I've already thought of Jet updrafting
Get
with
out of my
knives.
way. Night night. Fire in the hole.
With Raze using rocket and hearing her behind me, I figure I'll have to dodge the rocket by dashing forward into the enemies. This was a bad play on my part.
Spike.
You have rocket and 1 kill.
Nightmare's over. Snap out. Here comes the party.
Last player standing.
my.
One enemy remaining.
You have cage?
Where is everyone?
Oh my god!
Cage triggered. This is not.
Would you like for me to explain to you where you could have placed your cage better?
Going back in.
You have to type in chat. I have game chat off. Yeah? Okay, so instead of caging like the bomb, you need a cage where the enemy is coming from, because if they don't make that sound the cage makes when they go through it, then you know you can stick the bomb. But if they do make it, you can come off and kill them when they're coming out of the cage. No problem. Alrighty, round 10. It starts with a whiff, but I saw Raze rushing short. I end up hitting the flick on her and then popping my knives. Coming into A right now. Put myself into off angle. I catch Jet, but I miss on Sage. Omen TP. Heaven. Dead. Sage long, Reyna short.
Squashed enough, bug.
Do you, Let's help Phoenix farm his ults. So Phoenix, come long and grab your orb. This is like
Here.
something that you default quite commonly, okay?
Need healing.
And
Need
we're not
healing.
going
Need
C.
healing.
We're not going
Need
C. We're
healing.
just grabbing the orb. Spread out.
Reloading.
That's
Good
done.
job. You guys might be able to go A
Enemy
now.
spotted C.
Yeah, just run an A. Try to let Phoenix get this kill.
That's it. Break time.
Very nice. Just like that, Phoenix is 2 kills or orbs away from ultimate. Just grab the C orb again, Phoenix. Should be round over.
Enemy spotted C. Bomb buddy out.
Reload him.
He'll stay down.
One enemy remaining.
Time for a break. Let's close up shop. I have things to do.
I think we can just end the game. Let's get Phoenix's orb, but let's put Raze in mid and Cypher holding A, okay? So, Omen, come with me and Phoenix, C. Phoenix, you're gonna grab your ult, and then Raze, with our mid control, we're gonna come back to you and let Phoenix ult into B for us. And then A, or Cypher, your job is to just hold the C, A flank. Can you flash it, maybe?
Multiple enemies mid.
Yep, grab it. I got you. Alright. We're gonna position back towards B.
Reload him.
That's actually A flank dead. We might be able to go A with your ultimate here. Let's position him in short and then have him ult up.
Cover going out.
Alright, let's go. Pop that ulti.
One enemy remaining.
Bye.
Attackers win.
Was that supposed to be a
GG's. Good
fight?
job, boys. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to toss me a follow on Twitter.
This pleases me.